Today, we will learn many more useful features of WordPad. Do remember, these features will not only help you to learn WordPad, but they will also be useful in other word processing softwares. For our today's exercise, I have already typed a long document, so you can understand the page settings concept accurately. The reason behind having this long document on the screen is to tell you more about the page settings. That if you have a long document consisting of many pages, then what you should know before you take a printout of your file. You can scroll through a long document in many ways. First of all, you can use the scroll bar on the right side of the screen. You can click on the up or down arrow to scroll through pages. You can also hold down the scroll slider and move it up or down to scroll through pages faster. As we have already discussed in our first lesson, Windows 7 environment, I had told you about the scroll button in your mouse. You can also scroll through pages by using the scroll button in your mouse. This is the easiest and most popular method to scroll through pages. You can also scroll your screen through arrow keys available on your keyboard. You can use up or down arrow key from your keyboard to scroll the pages up or down. But it is a bit time consuming. Do you know the difference between scrolling through mouse and keyboard? Yes, there is a difference. First, note down the cursor position on your screen. Now, if I scroll through scroll bar or from the scroll button of the mouse, you can notice that as I am scrolling through pages, but still the cursor is on the same position. Whereas, if I scroll through keyboard, then as the pages get scrolled, the cursor is moving along with them. You can also zoom in, or zoom out, your screen, by using the zoom scroll, available in the bottom right corner of the WordPad window. You can zoom in, if you do not want to increase the font size, but still want to have a larger view of your document, or this zoom feature is also useful for the people who have accessibility problem. You can zoom out, if you want to have more contents on your screen. As you zoom out, the contents will get shrink on screen, but more area of your document will be viewable. You can also zoom in or out, using Ctrl plus scroll button. Hold down the Ctrl key and then scroll forward or backward from the mouse scroll button. If you have problem adjusting the zoom scroll again to 100% view, then just click the View tab, and then click 100% button from the Zoom section. You can also zoom in or zoom out through these buttons. There is also another way of scrolling through pages, using keyboard. You can use Page Up and Page Down buttons from your keyboard to scroll through pages. Page Up and Page Down keys will scroll one screen in a time, not one page. Means, when you press Page Up or Down key, you will get scrolled to the next screen of your contents. If your monitor is currently displaying 30 lines on the screen, then pressing Page Down will show you the next 30 lines of your document. All of these features are useful when you are working in long documents. These commands save your time and reduce the hassle when you have to repeat same things again and again. Now, let's get back to our page settings discussion. As you can see that I have a very long document, and I need to take printout of this file. I want to take the printout of this file on A4 size sheets, which are in my printer. So, I want to make sure that WordPad is also using the same paper size. To do this, I click on WordPad menu, and then Page Setup. As you can see, WordPad is using letter size page. However, there is not much difference between the width of letter size page and A4 size page. But there is 0.69 inches difference in both papers' height. So, before I change the paper size, and let me show you the preview in both sizes. In the letter size paper, you can see how much content is taking place on the paper. Now, I again change the paper size to A4, and let's see what happened now. You can notice that now we have more lines on our paper. So mismatch paper sizes can cause mismatch printing. You can have a different printout than what you are seeing in the print preview. In a long document, you need to consider one more thing about pages. In normal view, the WordPad does not give you any idea about where your page is ending, or new page is starting up. As I am scrolling through my document, then WordPad is just displaying it as a single page. I don't have any idea where my first page is ending and the next one is starting. The WordPad is a simple text editor, so don't accept more from it. But you have a separate page view in Print Preview. In Print Preview window, WordPad will show you all the pages separately, so you may know what contents are coming on which page. You also have page numbers on the bottom center of the page, and they will be printed with your documents. This is the default setting of the WordPad, but if you don't want page numbers in printing, then you can turn this setting off by clicking on Page Setup and then uncheck Print Page Numbers option. You can see Next or Previous Page in Print Preview by clicking on Next Page or Previous Page buttons in Preview section. You can also have preview of 2 pages simultaneously by clicking on 2 Pages button. Under Zoom section. Do remember that, if the Previous Page and Next Page buttons are disabled, that means your document only have 1 page. Before we continue, let's first save our document. Always use meaningful file names for your documents, so you may recall the contents of your documents just by reading their name. Our next feature of WordPad is tabs. In our previous lesson, I had told you about tabs and their default settings. But there is another notable way to use tabs more efficiently. So, before we go with that, let's first open a new document. To have a new document on your screen, without closing and reopening WordPad, click on WordPad menu. And then click New. In previous lesson, I had explained you that, if you want to have appropriate spacing between words, then use Tab key, instead of space. Each time you press Tab key, WordPad move your cursor ½ inch further, as it is the default tab setting. Here, we have a document, which consists sale information, on daily basis. As an example, I have created this document, so you can see the benefits of using tabs. In this document, I have used space key to create the entire list, and you can see the alignment of the list is not perfect. With 100% view, it seems a little bit nice, but if I zoom in, then you can see that the alignment is not correct. The biggest disadvantage of making a list using space key will be that if later you decide to increase or decrease the size, then your entire list will get imprecise. And let me tell you one more interesting fact about this document. In this 10-item list, I have to press an approximate of 1100 spaces. So, imagine about a file of 100 items, or what if, in your work routine, you have to type 20 to 30 short lists of this kind, every day. So, I am typing the same list again in our new document, but this time I am using Tab key to add spaces between data fields. With this way, my entire list will be in perfect alignment. But this is not the only way to use tabs. In WordPad, you can use tab feature more efficiently and can work faster. In a single line in this list, I have to press an approximate of 7 to 8 tab keys. What if I have to press only 3 tabs in a line? You can do this by assigning tabs on your choice of position in the ruler. As I told you before that, the default tab stop point is ½ inch, but this only happens if you have not defined any tabs. But if you define tab in the ruler, then pressing the tab key from keyboard will take you to the exact location where you have placed the tabs. Let's see how to do this. I'm going to open a new document for our current exercise, but this time I open a new document without proceeding to save my current document. See what happens. A dialog box automatically appears, and asking you to either you want to save your current document or not. This is a good thing that if you mistakenly forget to save your document, then WordPad will always remind to save your changes before it execute a major command, so your contents may not lost. But for now, I don't want to save my file, so I press Don't Save button. And now we have another new document on the screen. To configure tabs, just move your mouse pointer to the ruler and click on an appropriate place, where you want to have tab. The L-shaped figure is showing you the tab position. L means left tab. In WordPad you only have one choice of tab style, which is left tab. You can set as many tabs as you want by just clicking in the ruler. If mistakenly, you have placed the tab on a wrong place, then just hold down the tab with your mouse, and drop it inside your document. And that tab will get removed. Now, I have 3 tabs in my ruler on the exact place, where I want them. Now, I'm going to type the list again and you will see that, now I have to press only 3 tabs for a single line, whereas, before that I was pressing 7 to 8 tabs, or many spaces for in a single line. Don't press tab key in the end of the line. This is another mistake that normally people do to move to the next line. Just press enter key to end the line and move to the next one. It is advisable to do a lot of practice of all the commands on your PC, because it is easy for me to teach you all the commands of WordPad in 4 to 5 lessons, but it is my experience and practice behind it. So, practice as much as you can. Now, my list is complete. Let me tell you another great advantage of settings tabs. You can also move your entire contents in one shot. Suppose I want to change the position of sale value, then what I have to do is just select the text, hold down the tab, and move it forward and backward. Even now if I do increase the font size, still my list alignment will not be shuffle. Not only this, you can also set different tabs for different area in the same document. After finishing this list, I want to type another list in the same document, but now I want to set different tabs position. Then what you have to do is to move your cursor to the new location, then remove all previous tabs by grabbing and dropping them in the document. That is all. Now you can define your new tab positions. If I move around in my document, you can see the different tab settings for different area. Let's first save this document, and open a new one, so I can tell you one more way of settings tab. For instance, in your new document, if you want to set multiple tabs on exact location, then you can do this by clicking on Paragraph button, and then click on Tabs button. Here you can define tab stop position in inches and centimeters. Type the value and click on the Set button. Repeat the same step for the numbers of tabs you want. You can also clear a tab by clicking on the tab you desire to clear, and then click Clear button. Clear All button will remove all the tabs in one click. In our next lesson, we will learn some more useful features of WordPad. Till then, watch our other videos, and do subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.